Hello once again, YouTube. Chris and I bringing you some Starmade today. Today we're looking at a space station. When I started in the last episode, I told you I would be posting this video today, and I am, because I'm a punctual motherfucker. So, here we are, looking at the space station and its progress, and I must say that I have had some genius ideas while working on this. I got more stuff coming along, and it looks like it's going to be a good one, guys. It looks like it's going to be one of my best builds yet. One of my best original builds. It is, like I said in the last episode, inspired by Halo stations, I guess. I mean, I don't know how accurate I'm really being, but I'm taking general shapes and using them in my own station. But then, I'm coming up with some of my own amazing ideas, and it is awesome. It is so awesome. I can't wait to show you, so I'm going to get right into it. First of all, you can see the exterior. Obviously, I haven't connected these two sections of the station yet. I don't actually know how I'm going to do that, because it's a little bit awkward in terms of placement for how I would do that, I guess? I don't know. Actually, I have an idea now. See, this is what's been going on. Basically, I've had, I just got into a build mode, and I just had good idea after good idea while working on this station, and it is just awesome. So I just had an idea for how I could connect these, the exact location. I'll probably show you what I mean when I go onto the internal areas, but I started adding a little bit of detail, just some interesting little tidbits like this thing, and these two buttons. They're basically buttons, and this big power converter thing on the side. It doesn't really do anything, but it looks cool, and it actually looks a little flat, so I think I'll fatten it up. And this part right here was one of my best ideas. Obviously, the most obvious thing you could tell is that this is some sort of logo, and you can see the T. Now, somebody did mention that there is two T's in this, and I don't know about you guys, and I would like to clarify that it is indeed only one T, right? There's just one T right there. What I did is I did a dual layer kind of drop shadow thing, and I'm thinking I might have to change the blue into gray, but I don't really want to because I have a white and blue thing going on here. You can't really tell because of how dark it is, but that is indeed blue. And then what I had going on as well, and I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but you can see that there's this triangle shape, right? And this triangle shape that's sticking out on top of this floating armor piece was also on this side, right? And I decided that I would start cutting out this section for the T, and then I realized I could turn it into a G. So holy crap, guys, I just made a logo sort of thing for the Trade Guild, and it's very ambiguous. All you get from it immediately is T and G, and there's nothing else, and it clearly stands for the Trade Guild. So I'm hoping that, when people see that, they'll be like, wow, that's awesome. I personally think it's really amazing, and the cool thing about it is, on the other side, I changed it so that it still looks like a G, but it's connected to the thing like it's supposed to be. So, personally, I don't know if I like how this section turned out. It looks a little funky. It works, it certainly works, but I don't know if I like it as much as this side, and that's probably why this side is the front, because this G right here looks awesome. I don't know if I should make the T bigger, if I should change anything with the T. Let me know. I think it looks good right now, but I could totally understand if there's a way to modify it to make it look even better. And I put some of these glowing lights behind it so that it has some really cool effect, and I covered up some sides of it so that the light is only really inside this area. So what I'm going to do in the future for all of the external stuff, which should be tomorrow, is add lots of detail work, just little bits like that. They're not going to be too crazy on the main section. This main section is supposed to look nice and civilized, so there might not be a lot of that going on over there, but on this section they definitely will be. There's these really nice tanks full of, some random liquid with a blue light on them. I think that blue light is a lovely contrast with the orange, and even though it's a little bit, it looks good. I might be able to fit in another blue light somewhere, maybe along this little edge here. I'm not sure yet. I don't want to overdo it. I have some sort of pods down here that carry some sort of gases. This one in particular carries something that's radioactive, as you could tell by the radioactive symbol, and it's a very interesting shaped pod. So it's got chemicals that are dangerous in it. And these pods down here, I'm thinking these are all gas pods. I also have these crazy antennas sticking out the side, and I think that's really cool. They're a little bit random. They don't actually serve much of a purpose other than to be there for show, which is, you know, that's okay. Not everything has to serve a purpose, but there's going to be a whole bunch of detail added to this entire build when I'm done, or when you see the next episode. So basically, what I have going on is there's going to be infrastructure stuff down here, right? There's going to be like air filtration systems, waste management, and a few other things down here. Over here is going to be the power station, right? It's going to be a tall power station that goes up both of these things. One of them will have the power, one of them will have capacitors, or they might have both. I don't know. I'm actually thinking I could have capacitors in both of them and have a really cool design going up. But, so there's that, right? There's that, and then up here is the civilian area. So, as you could tell by the shape of this wedge, there's one half. It's kind of split down the middle. So one half is like station services, and then the other half is like crew quarters. So the front of it is all going to be crew quarters, and that's totally fine. It'll have a bit of detail here and there, and not much else. It's going to be plain, really, on this side. But on this side, I have labeled some of the things. For example, this is going to be recreation. That's a complete lie. I don't know why that sign is still here. I have to change that, I guess. Up here is a medical center. Right here is a lab center. Up here is a security and armory, and this last bit, I don't actually know what this will do. Maybe I'll have some sort of communications stuff inside. Something that maybe nobody has seen before is a communications array built into the ship so that it's protected. That would be interesting, and only a very little bit of it would be sticking out at the top. That'd be kind of cool. So these, you know, station services for each level extend across the hallway so that there's, you know, multiple rooms, and then the central room has some windows for whatever reason. The other rooms might have windows too, I just haven't made them yet. So let's go down. So we have the recreation. That's got to change into something else. This one is station services. Now, specifically what that means is, you know, maybe there's a trading floor for the, you know, trade guild. So, like, maybe there will be, like, a stock market type of exchange thing going on here. There might be a bounty hunter's office. There might be, I don't know, an insurance office for your ship. I'm basing a lot of this type of stuff off of EVE because, honestly, what kind of game, you know, when you fly in space, allows you to go into a station and look at bounties, insure your ship? You know, there's obviously medical centers, which is a common theme, but, you know, like a trading floor. How many stations have you seen with a trading floor yet? I'm not so sure I've seen a lot. So I thought that would be a good idea to include in this level. So this entire area here, well, actually, a lot of this section of the ship could be trading floor. The section below it, what is this? Oh, maybe this will be the trading floor, and the other station services will be above it, because I have trading floor and station services on this one. So we go down to next level, and this is the I guess this is the recreation lobby? Yeah, this is going to be the recreation lobby. You got some couches here with some TVs, you got some pool tables, you got a bar in the back, and I might put some monitors up at the top, but I don't really know how to like portray a bar. There's no easy way to like show all the taps and stuff. Maybe if I had like some of the items from the game, put them on some sort of stool or something, but there's not a lot of space, so I gotta be careful. But I think that would be kind of cool. There's some, you know, nice cushiony seats over in the corner here. The elevator shaft will be in the corner, on each corner of the wedge shape, right? And let me tell you, this isn't even the best part. This is the elevator shaft with a Plex lifter. I'm using a Plex lifter because I think gravity elevators are kind of unorthodox and a little, I don't know, it just seems a little run down for a trading guild station. It's, you know, it's got to be nice and elegant, and, you know, it's got to be the best of the highest class. So in terms of the hangars, I did some, you know, detail work on the hangars. They look pretty cool. They look cool. They look cool. And I have to put the dock in for the second hangar, but that'll be okay. Originally, the plan was to have this entire section of the space station upside down, and this entire section to be right side up, and when you went in here and you undocked, it would basically be a mirror section, or a mirror image of the bottom half with normal gravity, but you'd be floating, like walking around on the ceiling. And I decided to go against that, and I'll explain how I was able to change that, because what I really wanted to do was incorporate this elevator. You put the cargo on the ship onto the elevator, it lowers down, right? You have a little control panel, and then you can slide all the cargo along these racks and put them into cargo holds. I don't believe I showed this off, but there's cargo holds here, and I don't know if I'll be able to have it so that the cargo holds actually indicate whether somebody or something is inside this, but I'll definitely set it up so that, you know, there will be a cargo thing in there, and then I'll switch the light. I don't know if I want the green or the red to indicate whether it's occupied by cargo or whether it's free, but I might have to change around the way that this section of the station is laid out. But basically, this is one of the cargo holds for the lower deck. This is the cargo hold for the lower deck. And it's very spacious. This is for larger cargo containers. And you'll see when I come up here, how I changed it is basically it's the same hangar, it's the same design, but instead of going down, it goes up. And what we have is a magnetic, an electromagnet crane that extends down. It lifts up the cargo container, right? It brings it up, and this is a smaller container room. This will be a little bit smaller. There will be, you know, some crates here. There will be potentially something over here, like a few more crates. I messed up with the symmetry mode, so these struts and all that are not finished. But on this side, it pretty much is. We'll have like a little container area here. And we might have something, you know, in these corners. And in here, there really isn't much going on, but I figure this could be the control center for this cargo room. And I might put up a little crane operating system right here. On the exterior, you really can't see much, but there's like this like nice covering armory support structure supporting the rail system. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That is pretty much all I've got done so far. So what I have to do is finish up all of the interior spaces for all of the peoples so that they can live and be all nice and cozy, right? I have to finish all the station service areas, which shouldn't take too long, and I have to finish the hangar control rooms. There's 2 of them, obviously, for both the hangars. I have to put in infrastructure systems like waste management and air treatment, right? Stuff like that, air filtration. I have to put in the power systems, which will be very basic. I'm not going to get intense with the power systems, although I will make them look nice, and it will, since this is a very big structure over here, I can pretty much make the power system go up and down this entire thing and, you know, use that to my advantage so that it looks nice and dangerous. Because like I said, I wanted it to be split between a luxurious trade station and a very industrial, you know, corporate entity, which is why this side is going to have a lot more of these metal, I almost said material, these metal struts and, you know, all these, you know, little details sticking out of the side, stuff like that. So that's the plan so far. It's looking really good. I love it. It's coming along great. On top of that, when I'm done with, you know, finishing the interior of this station, I have to finish the pirate station. And both of those things I expect to do in the next 2 days. I really am hoping that I can finish this station, the pirate station, in 2 days. It'll be crazy because I'd have to work nonstop for like 2 days, but I'm gonna do it. I have to. There's only 7 days left. The contest is over a week from the day this video is posted. So I'm really hoping I can do that. And then, if I have enough time, and I certainly should, I'm going to build a research station, an abandoned research station, based off of this shape, but it's going to be orientated differently. There's going to be different structures added to it, and it's going to be quite a bit bigger, but it's going to be more interesting, I think. It's going to have a change in how it's, you know, structured a little bit, because it obviously won't have the same systems and services available because it's an abandoned research base. But I'm hoping that, you know, because it's abandoned, I won't have to put in as much effort, and I can still dish out a really good looking station based off the same similar design, so that, you know, there's some continuity between the stations that are appearing in the game. So I'm hoping I'll be able to do that, and if I could, I'd just be building stations all day, because this is turning out to be great. But after a week from today, I'll be done with the station builds, and I'll continue with regular Starmade videos, all about the spaceships that I make, because that's what I really want to get back to. So it's like 4 in the morning here. Well, it's almost 4 in the morning. Sorry if I couldn't speak during that video. I just did this like because I almost forgot to do this video. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you like what you see so far. Tell me what you think. Leave some feedback. Definitely. If you have any suggestions, please let me know. And expect this station to be in the contest. And thank you for all your support so far, because a lot of you have been telling me some cool stuff that you think and would like to share. So thank you again, and I will see you guys next time. It is so awesome. I can't wait to show you, so I'm going to get right into it. First of all, you can see the exterior. Obviously, I haven't connected these two sections of the station yet. I don't actually know how I'm going to do that, because it's a little bit awkward in terms of placement for how I would do that, I guess. I don't know. Actually, I have an idea now. See, this is what's been going on. Basically, I've had, like, I just got into, like, a build mode, and I just, like... Hello once again, YouTube. Chris the Nightbringer here, bringing you some Starmade today. Today we're looking at a space station. When I started in the last episode, I told you I would be posting this video today, and I am, because I'm a punctual motherfucker. So, here we are, looking at the space station and its progress, and I must say that I have had some genius ideas while working on this, and, you know, I got more stuff coming along. I had a good idea after good idea while working on this station, and it is just awesome. So I just had an idea for how I could connect these, the exact location. I'll probably show you what I mean when I go onto the internal areas, but I started adding a little bit of detail, just some interesting little tidbits like this thing, and these two buttons. They're basically buttons, and, you know, this, like, you know, big power converter thing on the side. It doesn't really do anything, but it looks cool, and it actually looks a little flat, so I think I'll fatten it up. And this part right here was one of my best ideas. Obviously, the most obvious thing you could tell is that this is some sort of logo, and you can see the T. Now, somebody did mention that there is 2 T's in this, and I don't know about you guys, and I would like to clarify that it is indeed long, and it looks like it's going to be a good one, guys. It looks like it's going to be one of my best builds yet, one of my best original builds. It is, like I said in the last episode, inspired by Halo stations, I guess. I mean, I don't know how accurate I'm really being, but I'm taking general shapes and using them in my own station. But then, I'm coming up with some of my own amazing ideas, and it is awesome.